I'm sorry about that. The stream decided to die on me then. Didn't mean for that to happen. And I'll just join the session as all the drivers are actually out on the circuit at the minute. So you guys can listen to my amazing voice while we're joining the session. There we go. I can spectate. Thank you F1 for bugging out on me for the second time now. So we are loading in. I believe they will actually be still on their formation lap unless someone is holding them up, which grateful if you are holding them up. But you're not going to be like for the other drivers. No, they're not. They're on the back straight. Okay. There we go. I can now chuck everything on for you guys. Tyres. There you go. So, we have the top 10 all on the soft stem back and starting 10th there. Did make it through into Q3, but was not able to do any laps as it did crash out. Breezy 11th, Arnson 12th. Then it's X-Pilot, Deviant, Kingburger, Babe, Cool Ice Cube, Liar Racing, Nigelator, then Bjorkland. As drivers are seeming to do split strategies, some of them on the medium, some of them on the soft compound tyres. But two drivers, or two things we need to keep an eye out is Jaffa versus Jocelyn. Oops, sorry about that. And both Mercs versus the Racing Point, one starting P4, one starting P12, with the Racing Point starting 7th and 9th. These two battles between these teams are more than likely going to go down to the wire in the final races, but they can be sealed up very, very quickly. This round or next round, they could be sealed up. As all drivers are now on the grid. Hopefully I'll get a view of the lights. There we go, as 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. Oh, it's lights down, away we go. So we see that the Mercedes there of Skeefy getting a massive start. There is a collision between two drivers. That is 3 drivers there spun around. Skeefy also picking up damage. So I don't know who was actually involved in that, but there is a safety car off of the start. So the two drivers involved in that are BTX and Gergo. I believe that anyone else caught up in that. Skeefy was also caught up in that, and so was Breezy. Breezy losing part of his front wing. Exactly the same as Skeefy there. Did Kustov get any damage as well? I don't know how many drivers got damage, but Jaffa's got out of that unscathed, and so has Hawk. But it looked like there was a collision between Gergo, BTX and Skeefy in the middle of that. I do not know what fully happened. Skeefy has a full front wing. So he's just dropped down a few places, but Breezy there with damage to his front wing, same as Jocelyn. Just checking through everyone's front wing. Babe, Bjorklands, Gergo and BTX both have wing damage. So Kustov and Breezy are both going to have to box, it seems like, with that wing damage. Hawk is also pitting, so Hawk pitting there. Same as Christoph, Breezy, Skeefy staying out. Jocelyn also pits, Rhythm stays out, Arnson stays out, Kingberger stays out. X-Pilot also comes in. Liar Racing thinks about it, does not. Babe thinks about it, does not. Bjorkman stays out, Nigel stays out. BTX and Gergo both go in. So this does mean that apparently Arnson leads the race. No, he does not. Apparently everyone pitting's completed a lap longer than anyone else. Okay. Oh, as Hawk is... not Hawk, BTX is actually going to get held up in the pits a bit by the wing changes. It is going to mean that the Ferrari does stay ahead of him. So a little hold up has actually cost him a bit. Just waiting for the grid to fix itself. As yeah, it's Jaffa, then Storm, followed by Skeefy, Rhythm, Arnson. So that has actually massively helped out two things here. The two factors are the championship fight as Jaffa leads, Jocelyn is outside the points. And also the fact that the two racing points, out of the two racing points, only one of them's inside the top 10, with both Mercedes P4, P3 and 5, meaning they're going to get a good haul of points here, whereas they're only going to get one driver with points as well. So 6 drivers ended up pitting then, of Breezy, Kustov, Jocelyn, X-Pilot, Gergo and BTX. All of them decided to chuck the medium compound tyres on. I do not know the strategy around here. I believe is... well, the game would have told me, but it didn't. So we're going to have to rely on the AWS graphic when it appears to tell me how many... or when the pit stop window opens. Arnson, though, is leading the medium runners there up into P5. We'll see the positions gained here, as everyone has gained a massive amount of positions there. Hawk has dropped down, but he hasn't dropped down to the back of the grid. So there is just that. Liar Racing up 10 positions as well. Very good start there for Liar Racing then. Kingberger up 9, Arnson up 7, Storm up 6. So Storm has had a blind of a start there to put himself up into that position, as we do actually have Babe who comes into the pits. Babe did think about it last lap and then did not want to, but now pits for the medium compound tyres. It's going to drop Babe down to the back of the field, but he may not mind that, as he actually could catch up, depending on what Jaffa does here. No, he doesn't. He's not able to get enough speed through this under tunnel chicane thingy that's been added in. So we are probably going to have... this will probably be the last lap of the safety car, as Jaffa has a red X next to his name. Don't know if he's lagged out or is lagging, as Jaffa's left the session. Surprise, surprise. It's his AMS Jaffa account, which I do not have as a friend, so I've got to try and find it. There we go, so we'll hopefully get Jaffa back in here. Because if he is ghosted for the start of this lap, it's going to mean both the ERN boys are able to jump him. You will drop positions very quickly due to the AI not being that high, as that is going to be punishment if you do actually leave the session. Safety car is in this lap. So Jaffa wants to get his butt back in here as quickly as he can, or he's going to get massively hampered by the safety car restart. He is ghosted, meaning that Storm could literally just sit inside of him for the start of the race. But we'll see what Jaffa's AI does. He does have a few more turns to try and get back into the lobby. Storm here looking very racy in the sister team for the Red Bulls. We're just waiting for Jaffa's AI to dart. Jaffa's AI still has not darted just yet. Jaffa's AI pits. Jaffa's AI has decided it wants to pit. That is a massive problem for Jaffa. So I'm going to try and get back into the lobby again, as I did invite him, but he doesn't. I don't know if he has got it, as he has rejoined now. Jaffa has rejoined as his AI's chucked a soft set on again. So his AI's decided to pit for softs. And he is now down at the back of the grid, but there is a collision there. That is X-Pilot who is around. I don't know who he had that collision with, but I believe that is one of the McLarens he has had the collision with, as both of them have dropped down quite a bit there. Sorry, we were focused on Jocelyn there, as I do have the wrong telemetry option up. I have fastest lap instead of interval. I was wondering why I was confused. AMS Jocelyn gets past Nigelator there, a good overtake, as Gergo also makes his way around the outside, or gets passed by BTX around the outside there. BTX looking very racy, trying to go down the inside of Nigelator now. We'll see what he can do as armies up and down the field. Bjorklund and Hawk battling it out, these drivers. Liar Racing also involved, same as Cool Ice Cube, so it is a yellow flag. That for some reason is in Sector 1. I don't believe that is a car in Sector 1 that could have caused that yellow flag. Cool Ice Cube's got past Liar Racing yet again. All these drivers locking up, going through the tunnel, but I feel bad for Jaffa here, as that safety car restart and him pitting is massively hampered, and there's still a yellow flag in Sector 1. X-Pilot, you're still in Sector 1. Storm sets fastest lap of the race, as it is going to glitch and not give me any other drivers' intervals at this moment in time. But there is this massive train of drivers here. This does start with Cool Ice Cube and lead all of the way down to Jocelyn. Jocelyn and Jaffa's championship fight here is actually hanging in the balance, as if Jocelyn can score massive points here, whereas Jaffa does not. Jaffa's apparently a lap down. No, he's not. Cool Ice Cube has just been demoted down to 19th for some reason there. Whereas Cool Ice Cube is still ahead of Liar Racing, Hawk, Breezy, and Bjorklund, as we do actually see the racing point there of Jocelyn trying to go up the inside of Bjorklund there. So these drivers getting very feisty, trying to make moves up and down the field. We have Breezy very close to the back, but Hawk is very close to the back of Liar Racing. Then Liar Racing is apparently 2 seconds behind. Gergo dives down the inside of Jocelyn. Gergo actually hits the rear end of Bjorklund. There's another yellow flag. I've got to stop it. I've got to start ignoring those yellow flags. But Jocelyn, or Gergo wasn't able to make his way past Jocelyn. BTX is now going to put the pressure back onto him. Jaffa's apparently a lap down, as he's got past X-Pilot. Oh, it's going to do this again. Tetley, if you're there, type in chat. Yeah, I might need you to keep an eye on where Jaffa is in circuit, if that is okay. Bjorklund trying to make his way past Jocelyn still, as there is still this snake of cars. Jocelyn has actually dropped off the back, as we do see Hawk getting all out of shape. I don't know if there's a collision with anyone there to make him go all out of shape, but this little BTX is dropping down. Don't know if BTX had a spin there or something. Liar Racing, though, has had a spin as well. Liar Racing there, dropping down the order, coming through the final corners there, probably dropping down. Okay, Tetley, can you keep an eye on Jaffa? He is not a lap down. He is actually ahead of X-Pilot and onto the back of BTX. If you could keep an eye on his position on circuit, that would be nice, okay? He is actually racing. He's just, for some reason, being a lap down. As that happened last week as well. Storm, though, pulling out a second lead to Skeefy's pulled out a second lead to Rhythm, though. Arnson has now got DRS, and Rhythm has DRS as well. That yellow flag, just ignore it. As I don't know, that was Cool Ice Cube, I believe. He was backwards into the barrier. I don't know what happened there. Caught it just on the back of the stream. He just managed to spin, it seemed like. X-Pilot 3 second time penalty for multiple warnings there, as Breezy gets past Hawk. Gergo gets past Bjorklund. This DRS train's really getting back at me, but we're going to see Hawk try a switch back here on Breezy as he goes around the outside, opens his DRS. He is already out of ERS. That is big, being out of ERS this early on. He tries to get back into the slipstream of Breezy. He's now going to try and go around the outside of the Haas driver going into the chicane. He's not able to make it, but try and stick with him as the Haas driver seems to be slower through the chicane. There is a pass there. Babe has managed to get past Liar Racing. Babe promoting himself up into P14. Liar Racing, though, wanted to hang back in that battle. These two drivers still scrapping it out. Where is Jaffa now? Jaffa is up into 16th place. So there is yellow flags in Sector 3. I believe that was Babe getting all out of shape. I'm not 100% sure, though. Teddy, if you're not racing, do you want me to invite you into the session? So you can spectate and watch Jaffa and count where he is on the grid, as he has just got past the McLaren. That is the McLaren of Babe, I believe. So yep, Jaffa is up into 14th place. King Burger here is going to be under attack now from the Williams of Stenbacken. Williams of Stenbacken moves to the right, the left-hand side. Opens his DRS, uses his overtake. King Burger does not battle as he knows the slipstream and speed down this straight is too much for him to sit with. So are still overtakes up and down the field. We do see Breezy still having to defend from Hawk. That yellow flag is not actually a yellow flag, it is just a game bugging. Cool Ice Cube's apparently a lap down now as well. This session's going all out the window very quickly. Gurka gets past Bjorklund. Bjorklund not battling it as he does not need to. Storm though pulled out a 2.6 second lead. Where is Cool Ice Cube? Cool Ice Cube did pit again. Okay, so yeah. Jaffa now is ahead of BTX. So Jaffa's up into 15th place there. That yellow flag is still bugged. Storm pits. So Storm pits from the lead. Sorry, I've missed that. Storm pits from the lead as the two-stop strategy medium and compound tyres open. So it is looking to be a soft medium for these drivers. Hawk picks up a 3-second time penalty there for multiple warnings. Jaffa will need to also pit again. He will more than likely pit onto the hards, but he has actually got out ahead of Storm. This is due to these soft compound tyres allowing him to have a lot more grip. So leading the race now is Skeefy. Skeefy who is defending. Skeefy who managed to get past Rhythm, I believe. Arnson's still hunting him down. They have pulled out a gap to Stenbacken. Deviant has managed to get up a lot of places, but Hawk is on the charge, and so is Breezy. Now we'll see what Breezy can do. As he tries to stick it down the inside, but this is going to turn to the outside of the next corner, so Deviant is going to better line. Breezy then goes off of circuit. This is actually going to give Jocelyn a better toe than Breezy here, as these drivers are going to go almost 3 abreast going into the next corner. Jocelyn choosing the outside line, and Breezy getting all out of shape as well. Jocelyn having to almost cut the corner as Breezy pushed his way back onto the circuit there. Breezy also trying to make his way past Welsh Deviant now as well. Jaffa, you are not a lap down. Tetley is going to join. Yep, Tetley's going to join and monitor your situation. We know that you're not a lap down. So yeah, Jaffa, at the minute you are 13th. As Skeefy pit, no, Rhythm pit. So Rhythm is the first or the second to blink of these front runners, as he's not wanting to go as long in the race. So he pits for a set of medium compound tyres doing the two-stop strategy as well. So both Merc drivers lead. If these two want to help each other out, they are going to try and just give each other as much slip and tow as they can down these straights. There is a 3-second time penalty there for King Burger. That is for track limits. They're going to get back as there is still this battle behind Deviant. Deviant has managed to survive last lap against Breezy and Co, and we'll see what he can do this lap. So there's a battle actually happening ahead. Kingbag and Hawk. Hawk managing to make his way past Kingberg, then Artson has got past Skeefy, but this is more than likely to give Skeefy DRS for his in-lap as Breezy is battling. It goes round the outside of Deviant, makes that move stick, but Breezy gets his rear end all out of shape there and drops down not 1, not 2, but 3 places there for Breezy with that rear end, and he did not get DRS. But that DRS doesn't matter, as we do see that Jocelyn is trying to make his way past, as Hawk actually gets past Berger going through that final chicane. Deviant is now having to battle Jocelyn. Jocelyn who has actually made his way through. Jocelyn who is fighting his way up. Breezy almost loses it again, and he is losing so many places now, Breezy. That little slip on that DRS straight and not getting DRS has hampered him so much, as Jaffa is just okay. So Jaffa's up into P9 or 10 now. I'm not 100% sure. Yellow flag in Sector 3, that is the Ferrari here of X-Pilot. Skeefy pits. We'll see where Skeefy does come out compared to Storm and such. X-Pilot with no wing damage, maybe just a little spin then, as that is another yellow flag. I don't know what that is about. We'll see where Skeefy can come out compared to Storm. Storm, I believe, has passed him, so the undercut has worked for ERN Storm here, as he is much further ahead than Skeefy. Has also worked for Rhythm, I believe, who pitted a lap earlier and has got out ahead. So the undercut round this circuit is massive, but Skeefy has switched on the soft compound tyres, where he is going to be much more aggressive now on these soft compound tyres, maybe trying to get his way past Liar Racing and Rhythm very quickly. As onto this DRS straight, we'll see if he makes a move. We do have Storm trying to catch BTX, as we do have two going side by side down here. This is going to be the McLaren of Kustov and Breezy. Breezy trying to make a move stick around here for the first time today. Does he lose the rear end coming out this corner? No, he's planted. Very nice move from him there. Skeefy gets past Live Racing as well as they go into the corner. So Skeefy going to try and dispatch as many drivers as he can, as quickly as he can. Kustov, though, going to make his way back past Breezy here. This is on board with the wrong Haas then. Kustov makes his way around the outside of Breezy. A very nice move from him there. I believe that is, yep, Jaffa's up into P6 now. Cool Ice Cube has been passed by Jaffa, more than apparently. I wouldn't be surprised if he has. Stand back and actually going longer than any other driver on these soft compound tyres. 9 laps now. As we'll see what they can do. Babe has been passed by Skeefy now. Skeefy is just hunting down these front two drivers of Storm and Jaffa. Oh, not Storm, Storm and Rhythm. Trying to score as many points as he can. Bjorklund gets past Breezy as well. Breezy not having the best race here as Stand back and does pit in the Williams. So Arnton still keeps the lead on those on the alternate strategy here, probably going medium hard, whereas other drivers will be going soft medium medium or soft medium in the case of Iran Skeefy there. As there is a virtual safety car, that is Breezy who's had an incident. Breezy has lost his entire front wing coming through the final few corners. I have completely missed that, and I'm sorry that I've missed that. Breezy now finally gets going. He's going to do a long right-hand release. He's going to probably come into the pits. Breezy, who is not going to be happy with losing his entire front wing as he does DNF into the pits. Well, then. That just happened. Liar Racing serving his 5-second time penalty before they can let him go. He has now fully served it. Nigel, are you okay? You just... Oh yeah, you got it the other way. Warning to anyone coming through the final corners who is listening in on the stream, do not take the racing line. There is the car there of Breezy. Cool Ice Cube almost found out the hard way then. Jaffa's apparently getting blue flags when he's overtaking drivers. Apparently he's a lap down. But Jaffa, you aren't actually a lap down as BTX actually gets out of the way there of Storm. Storm is on a much bigger charge here. Storm trying to get past then back in. We see that Skeefy has caught massively up to the back of Rhythm. We'll try and make a move on that driver. As Jaffa on the stream, there's no blue flags, lad. So that's why I'm saying that, yeah, there's no blue flags. And there's a VSC again. I do not know what's caused this incident this time. Who's hit a wall to cause a virtual safety car? BTX has left the session. Who's caused this virtual safety car then? Is it one of the guys pitting? It's not Babe. It's not Deviant. No one's caused this virtual safety car. I'm confused. I'll tell you, did you see who caused the virtual safety car? Or is it just me who there was no collision later on? Arnson then still leads as Deviant has actually made his way past Bjorklund as they go into that hairpin, but Bjorklund is gonna get a much better exit than the Red Bull driver. I don't know what that was about there. As we're going to see as yellow flag sector 1, 2, and 3. I have a feeling the session's bugged. Maybe just a tad. So I'm going to try and get BTX back in here. Yeah, there was no collision that caused that. Sorry about taking so long, BTX, as there still is a yellow flag sector 1, 2, and 3. But Skeefy has lost his entire front wing. So Skeefy has hit a wall or a car, lost his entire front wing chasing the back of Rhythm there. Jaffa gets a 3-second time penalty there for multiple warnings. We'll see Skeefy has lost he hasn't even lost an end plate. Whose front wing was that flying apart then? Another virtual safety car with no collision. A Tetley. This is the second VSC with no collision. Is it actually Storms having to come in for a new front wing? Kingberger drive-through penalty for a speeding under safety car. I am very confused as what is causing these virtual safety cars, as we've had 3 in like 5 laps. I don't know if the game is bugging causing these virtual safety cars or what, as Storm now comes out. I have no idea who's where. Yellow flag sector 1, 2 and 3 again. If I see another VSC pop up and no cars that front wing damage, the session's bugged. Still yellow flag sector 1, 2 and 3. We'll see what this is about as it now goes green. Jaffa apparently gets his way past Cool Ice Cube. We have Liar Racing, who has been passed by Ear and Storm down the straight. Yeah, technically I believe the lobby is glitched. Another virtual safety car. There you go. Totally, do you want to end the session and start a 25% race or not? As this is another virtual safety car that's been caused by no damage. Hawk with a 3-second time penalty. As it's just very confusing. We do have Gergo trying to catch up to the back of Jocelyn now, see if he can make an overtake. Yellow flag sector 1, 2 and 3. If this brings out another virtual safety car, it's fully glitched. So we see Gergo catch up to the back of Jocelyn, Gergo down the inside of Jocelyn. Jocelyn trying to stick around the outside. We'll see what these two drivers can do. Jocelyn manages to brave it out round the outside. Were there any other cars close on track? I believe it's just these two that are very close on track. Jaffers goes away past Cool Ice Cube yet again, even though they're on opposite sides of the circuit. As it has gone green through every sector again, it is more than likely going to cause another virtual safety car. So we're going to see Gergo versus Jocelyn yet again. Yellow flag sector 1, 2 and 3. Green again, sector 1, 2 and 3. Proven, even though you're back again, the lobby is deciding to absolutely alter for itself. Jaffa pits full mediums now. Even though I'm so confused with where people are. I am sorry. Those 3 virtual safety cars in a row that were glitched have just confused me. So we see Kustov pit and so does BTX. We're going to go into the final 13 laps. I'm completely confused about who's where. Storms that's fast lap of the races. Arnson is apparently in the lead of... Arnson hasn't pitted this yet. Hawk's in P2 on 12 lap old mediums. When did Hawk pit? Proven, it's very interesting, we're just confused. Gergo and Rhythm still going side by side, a little bit of contact there between, it's Gergo and Jocelyn, sorry, wrong racing point. Is the racing point is at the back of this fight, trying to latch onto it and try and get anything. Maybe get up a position or 2 through this fight. Skeefy's still hunting down Rhythm there. Storm has pitted, but Kustov and Babe have undercut him. So's Deviant, even though he was close to lapping those drivers. What is going on? Storm's like so far ahead. Deviant makes his way past BTX, Babe makes his way past Kustov, yellow flag sector 1, 2 and 3 again. As we do see Hawk pit. The yellow flag disappears instantly. As Hawk gets away again. We are seeing Rhythm try and stick it around the outside of Gergo as they now come into the chicane before the hairpin. As they brave it out. King Burger also pits off 2 lap old hards. Oh, he pits onto 2 lap old hards. What? So Arnson still leads 8 seconds to Jocelyn, who hasn't pitted, but Rhythm has pitted. Will Rhythm's tyres go to the end of the race as there are another 12 laps to go for these drivers? We will see. Yellow flag sector 1, 2 and 3 again as someone tries to overtake. Rhythm picks up a 3-second time penalty there as well, as we do actually have Hawk extremely close to the back of Bjorklund. Bjorklund pulling over to the left hand side to try and defend the inside line. But Hawk just takes the racing line and braves it around the outside and keeps that position. We do actually have Storm, who is about to dive down the inside of Babe. Storm makes his way past Babe. Very nice move from him then. Storm now is going to have Kustov and X-Pilot in his sights and hopefully make his way past them as well. Jaffa, you've apparently unlapped yourself now. So, Rhythm very close to the back of Yoss, and we don't know if these two are going to try and overtake each other going down this straight. Jaffa sets the fastest lap in the Redbull Aston Martin. Yellow flag sector 1, 2 and 3 again. Cool Ice Cube makes his way past Jaffa, even though Cool Ice Cube's about 2 sectors behind him. We do see a Rhythm not even using overtake and is going to pull to the side and make his way past the other racing point. We do actually see Stenbacken of DRS onto Skeefy, but Skeefy doesn't seem phased by it. Skeefy not using any ERS as he doesn't believe the disruption down the straight is enough for him to even make a dive down the inside. Which he is very right about as they're now coming through. BTX now pits onto his final stint of mediums. We're going to see what he can do. Kustov has made his way past X-Pilot, 10-second time penalty for Kustov. Kustov has apparently got a corner big time. Kustov has retired from the session on track. Okay. Alright, there's yellow flag sector 1, 2, 3. Storm is making his way down the inside of X-Pilot. There's still yellow flag sector 2. Storm and X-Pilot have a little bit of wheel touching there, but nothing bad enough. Storm making his way as they are now going to go down the straight. Storm tries to pull out to get DRS, but he does not pull back in time, meaning X-Pilot does have the DRS. Storm's going to have to fight doubly as hard to even think about getting ahead of X-Pilot. X-Pilot does not use his ERS to make his way past Arnson pits, and so does Gergo. Both of these drivers pitting onto the soft compound tyres for the last 10 laps, hoping that they can catch up to the back. Iran Storm has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Skeefy and Arndt now are going to be leading the fight against the two racing points that are in the lead of the race. Stenbacken has somehow made his way up into P4 there, right behind the likes of Skeefy. Stenbacken on the mediums, whereas Skeefy is on 7-lap old soft. Skeefy will have to pit again. There is now a yellow flag in sector 2. I do not know what that is about. Deviant also having a strong race to come out just behind Arnson. We're going to see what the rest of the field can do. Arnson wants to probably get ahead of Bjorklund as quickly as he can, dispatch him, and then try and get past Hawk. As there's yellow flags everywhere apart from one location. Stenbacken making his way past Iran Skeefy now. Skeefy's on the soft compound tyres though, so may be able to make any move. As, whoa, Stenbacken. Jeez, Stenbacken, that could have been a big collision there. But I don't know if that is due to the yellow flags being applied. He might have to pull out of the way. Arnson is probably going to try and make his way past Hawk here as Arnson's made his way past Bjorklund, I'm sorry. I'm all that confused as well as there is now another yellow flag in Sector 2. As that's now disappeared. Skeefy still does have to stand back, and behind him we are going to see what happens here, as apparently Jaffa, you've now made your way up into 17th. Congratulations. There is a yellow flag everywhere apart from that one corner at the hairpin. As Jocelyn has picked up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so these time penalties could hamper them massively as Jocelyn pits. So Jocelyn is going to pit onto his final stint of tyres. This is going to mean Skeefy, who also pits. So Skeefy versus Jocelyn for the final stint. Skeefy's going to have to pit for the medium and compound tyres, whereas Jocelyn can pit for the soft compound tyres, as that is the rule. You have to run 2 different types of tyres, whereas Jocelyn has run a soft, medium, soft, whereas Skeefy's run a soft, soft, medium. So Hawk is in now P3. Kustov has left the session, so Hawk is chasing the back, a step back, and Arnson trying to catch up to the back of them as well. Arnson going for the one stop here has put him massively ahead of Skeefy. Storm strategy has put him down into P11. But Hawk now is going to catch up to the back of Stembacken and make the move down inside of the DRS straight. As there's green everywhere apart from one sector. Again, this is so confusing. Hawk made his way past Stembacken there. Stembacken is now going to try and make his way past. Hawk is in the lead of the race, or provisional lead, unless Rhythm could go to the end on those medium compound tyres. He could, but that's another 9 laps, meaning he's going to go 18 laps on a set of tyres, which is a very big ask for those mediums. But that does also mean Stenbacken's going to have to pit again, meaning Bjorklund's on the podium. What is going on in this race? This race is cuckoo. Arnson is still catching up to the back of this fight up ahead of Stenbacken and Hawk. There is another yellow flag just as Nigelator is driving through that location. I don't know where Jaffa is at the minute. Jaffa's between a Mercedes. Oh, Jaffa is apparently ahead of Arnson. Yeah, Jaffa's ahead of Arnson, so Jaffa's P4. I don't know. Rhythm still has a 7-second lead over Hawks, then Backen is chasing the back of that. And then Arnson is chasing the back of those two. Bjorklund, Gergo, Deviant, all now outside of DRS. Skeefy, Rhythm and Kingberger, but Kingberger has to deal with Storm behind him. Storm on a late charge, as he was messed around by those 3 VSCs. I still don't know what happened with pits under those VSCs. But Storm is looking to make his way past Kingberger, hopefully down this DRS straight where he does actually get more speed, but he may actually be quicker than him through the rest of the circuit. We'll see what he can do. Stenbacken has had the toe broken to Hawk there. We're going to see what they can do coming through onto the next DRS straight. We're going to see the differences. You can catch about 6/10 on the DRS straight, but he's about 9/10 behind, so I don't know if he can catch up enough. Yellow flags across all sectors again. Stenbacken has picked up another 3-second time penalty. Storm has made his way past Kingberger there. So Kingberger's now going to have to look at the back of that AlphaTauri, as it more than likely will just drive off into the sunset of Abu Dhabi and hopefully try and catch up Jocelyn to get to more points. That yellow flag in Sector 2 is not a yellow flag in Sector 2 for anyone who's just joined us. As Bjorklund pits onto a new compound of tyre now. As Deviant also pits, and so does Cool Ice Cube. These are all going to go onto the soft compound tyres and go to the end of the race on these softs. Yellow flag Sector 2 yet again. But Rhythm, with this, Rhythm's lead is getting eaten into lap by Hawk. Hawk is hungry for this win and he is chasing him down. But you also have Arnson, who is going to chase down these two drivers up ahead on his 2-lap old soft compound tyres. As what happens if I go to this? Babe has retired. Babe has actually crashed out. going through this long right hander. Is they going to bring out a safety car or a VSC? He has crashed on the inside. He has ripped both of his wheels off, and his car is actually on its nose. Liar Racing is going to come out of the pit, and Liar Racing will also get a view of that destroyed McLaren. No safety car for that, but there was a VSC for someone's non-existent front wing being on the surface. Got it. Makes sense. Rhythm is about to lap Cool Ice Cube here. I don't know if this is the first or second time. Arnson now still trying to catch up to the back of Stenbacken here. I need to change that back to Interval. There we go. As they are coming through, Rhythm leads Hawk and Stenbacken. A podium which we would not have seen coming off of the start of the race. I will actually check position changes here. They are immense position changes for these drivers, as every driver in the top 4 has actually gone up a good amount of positions. Yellow flag in that sector is not a yellow flag, so as Arnson still leading a clean race, same as his teammate off Skeefy. Both these drivers leading very clean races for the second week in a row, hoping that they can win on penalties for other drivers here. Arnson is still catching up to the step back of Stenbacken. Stenbacken trying to catch up the Hawk, but it doesn't seem to work. Yellow flags in all sectors. Again, that is not a yellow flag in all sectors. Jostling getting very close to the back of Skeefy. Josling's going to need to climb as many places as he can to hope that he's going to need to climb as many points paying positions as he can to hope if this sticks with Jaffa being down there in 17th, he will get a good chunk of points taken out of Jaffa in the championship fights. There are 28 points between them. He cannot take over the championship lead, but he can still take a good chunk out of them. Arnson Skeefy hoping that Rhythm does have to pit again. Stenbacken has had Jaffa overtaken, but I believe that he's actually unlapping himself, like he did say in the chat. So it is still the front 3 are the same, but we do not know if Rhythm is going to have to pit off of those these soft compound tyres. Aaron Storm still trying to catch the back of Bjorklund. Here we will see what he can do coming into the final laps. As there are 5 laps left still, this race seems to have lasted forever, that is, because of those safety cars and the VSCs. But we will see. Both McLarens are not going to get points, and one of the Hasses is not going to get points, whereas the other Hass is up there in P8, well done Bjorklund. Doing a very good drive from him there, as apparently Cool Ice Cube's now up to 15th after a double overtake on Nigelator and Jaffa. Bjorklund has picked up another 3-second time penalty there, as Deviant is trying to go around the outside of Kingberger, going into turn 1. They're going to switch us back into turn 2, but Deviant has already got passed into the final point paying position. That is the soft compound tyres versus the hard compound tyres on their grip levels. We are now still going to be watching the fight between Jocelyn and Skeefy. Jocelyn wants to get on the inside, but Skeefy is going to brave it out. Jocelyn locks up and actually clips Skeefy. That is going to give Skeefy a better run, but who is going to get the DRS? Jaffa has got another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Skeefy does have the DRS though, and there is no ERS for either driver, so it is just straight line speed and fuel mixture, as Jocelyn is completely out of ERS, whereas Skeefy is more than likely going to have to save some up. He will not know that Jocelyn is that low on ERS, so it's going to be mind games now of does Skeefy use his ERS to try and put out a gap as much as he can, or is he going to try and store as much up as he can to defend consistently from the likes of Jocelyn. Jocelyn and Skeefy are still the 2 closest cars on track, as Arnson is eating into the lead that Stenbacken had over him, hoping whatever he can do, he can chunk into that as best he can. But Jocelyn and Skeefy still the closest battle. They are going to come through turn 1. It is going to be whoever gets the better runs through these turns will determine who gets the DRS down the main straight. You never know, Jocelyn could get a stormer of a middle sector or a first sector hit and catch up to the back of Skeefy. But they are so low on ERS, both drivers, that they're not going to have anything to defend with when the other car passes them. So these two are going to have to play mind games on each other. We do see that Arnson has now got DRS on the likes of Stenbacken. Stenbacken has also got DRS on the likes of Hawk. It looked like then, but he does not actually. So Arnson now catching up to the back of Stenbacken here with the DRS, but has no ERS. This is a problem for drivers. They will get a load of DRS, but no ERS, and they will not be able to catch up to the driver ahead of them. Arnson's still trying to catch up to the back of the Williams driver, trying to take away the podium that this Williams driver currently holds. Will Rhythm go to the end on these medium compound tyres? I do not know. Seems like Rhythm's trying to stick it out to the end, but this could actually mean he does, in theory, get overtaken by these drivers that are a bit further behind. There we go. I'm sorry about that. My headset decided to cut out. But we still have the likes of Stenbakken and Arntzen battling. Jocelyn has dropped off to the back of Skeefy, even though Jocelyn's on the better tyres. Skeefy's just seeming to defend better. Arntzen, though, with this DRS, is going to be able to launch an attack on Stenbakken down the straight. Stenbakken, though, is getting DRS off of Jaffa, who is ahead of him. We do not know where Jaffa is on the circuit. We do not believe he has a lap down, but apparently he is a lap down. So this is all mind games until the end of the race and trying to figure it out. So Arntzen will not be able to get DRS and he has to fight it as best he can. Yellow flags yet again being brought up in the middle sector. Yay. Skeefy has managed to pull out 2 seconds actually to Jocelyn there in the racing point, so we'll see what how that affects everything. But I believe that Stenbakken is outside of DRS latch on range from Jaffa, meaning that he is going to be a prime target for Arntzen down the back straight. As there are now 3 laps of the race left, including this one. We'll see what they can do. Arntzen's still trying his best to even think about getting this podium position. I know there are penalties up ahead, but Stenbakken applies the power too quickly, too early. He does spin his car around, and this is going to mean that Gergo's going to have to run on him as they're about to overtake Nigelator. Gergo's getting DRS off of Nigelator, and Stenbakken gets DRS off of the both of them, but that is going to put Arntzen up into P3. Arntzen's now going to be on the hunt for Rhythm and Hawk. I do not know how many time penalties they have, but Arntzen is around 5 seconds behind the leader of Rhythm. So if Rhythm is 6 seconds, he's going to have to get the pace on here. And Arntzen is in the fresh compound tyres for the last 2 laps. He is going to try and hunt you down as best he can. We do see that Skeefy is still trying to catch down the drivers ahead, but Stenbakken now, after that spin, Gergo has managed to get past him, but he is actually in the prime position to make the only overtake that will probably happen on the track now, as no other drivers got DRS. So feel lucky, Stenbakken, you got DRS, let's go. Even though you had that spin, you're still P5, and you may be able to make more places up here. So Stenbakken picks up a 3-second time penalty from all warnings there as well. That could hamper him right at the end of the race. So Arntzen is dropping off to the back of Hawk here. I still don't know who is where. So Stenbakken now has dropped at the DRS of Gergo. It's going to cost him big time in that fight there for the podium positions, if you can even think about getting them. I do not know what time penalties are. I did briefly flash them to everyone, but I did not look myself, so it could cost everyone who's got a time penalty. We may even see who hasn't got a time penalty done there. BTX, I was about to say, because you BTX jump up, but BTX is AI, so we will not see BTX jump up like 60 positions. But Jocelyn here, he is on the final lap. Or he will start the final lap soon, but he is getting hunted down by the likes of Hawk and Arntzen here. Hawk the more prominent threat for the Racing Point driver. And so is his ERS, as that is dangerously low. they are now coming through the final few corners here to start the final lap. I'm charged by the Red Bull up against the Alfa Romeo racing car. We will see what the Red Bull can do. There's a few tricks up his sleeve or not. As they are now on their final lap of the race, we do see that Hawk is actually within DRS of rhythm there. We're going to see what they can do coming down this straight. Will Hawk be able to get the position on track, or will he have to wait for penalties, or will it be the other way around? You never know until the fact that these things which will happen at the end of the race. Hawk now so close to the back of rhythm, he will be hoping he can do whatever he can coming down this straight to get past him. As he opens his rear wing, he pulls over to the right hand side of the circuit. Can he make this move stick? He's got absolutely no ERS. Rhythm's trying to outbrake him but cannot. Rhythm's mega stint on those medium compound tyres, 18 laps on them, have come to an end for leading the race. We'll see what he can do for the rest of this race, but I believe that is a one stop. He pulled one, most other drivers pulled a two stop. So coming through the final two corners for the last time, we do see, I believe it is the end of the race, unless the game was to give me another lap. But yes, it is. Hawk wins, Rhythm takes it on circuit. Where does Arntzen finish? Arntzen gets promoted up into P2, so close to P1. Gergo takes P4, so Hawk takes P3, Stem back in P5 but does lose a wheel. Skeefy takes up into P4 just off the back of that. Jocelyn takes P7. Stenbacken's going to take P8 here. Stenbacken takes P8. He will be followed by Iran Storm. We'll see what Iran Storm can do. Nigel later and Jaffa finishing down there in 15th. Iran Storm takes 8th place. That is then closely followed by Walsh Steven, who will close out the points playing positions. King Perger will now be coming through the final corners. And final corner now. So yep, your race winner today is Rhythm. BTX's car is still driving around, that's what we're just waiting for. So Rhythm wins, followed by Arntzen, then Hawk. Kingberger has left the session as we are still waiting for Cool Ice Cube to finish. As Cool Ice Cube has left the session, there we go, end of the race. So we do have the Racing Point driver there winning the race, closely followed by Arntzen in P2. Was not able to catch up to the driver at the end of the race, but did a very good job there, pulling home P2. Still do not know what happened at the start between those three drivers. It seemed to be just one driver turning in on the other two. Jaffa then decided to pit and come out a lap behind, which confuses me. But here you go, here are the penalties. So the leading car of Rhythm there, I do not know how many penalties he picked up. He picked up 3 seconds. Alton was just not able to close up enough to take that position back. It's so confusing. Very big thank you for everyone who tuned in for the stream, and I'm extremely sorry that it bugged out so many times.